Mr.Bones. I'd buy that for $1.
What up, peeps? Mr. Bones back at you, and welcome back to another Dollar Tree Theater. And what we're talking about is 2017's Dead Tone, presented by Night Tales. Night Tales presents Dead Tone. Directed by Brian Hooks and Deon Taylor. Written by Vishon Nutt, Brian Hooks, and Deon Taylor. Starring Austin Basis as Crazy Cow, Jonathan Chass as Brandon, Rutger Hauer as Detective John Crichton, and Brian Hooks as Marcus. Finals at the prestigious dress school are finally over, and it's time to party. The crew are invited to a rich classmate's hideaway mansion high up in the hills of Colorado, when what was supposed to be fun and relaxation turns into a trip they will never forget. And the back says, a party, a prank phone call game, a lunatic on the other end of the line. Based on true story, a couple of harmless prank phone calls turns into a nightmare when a group of college friends dial a madman. A group becomes trapped in a horrifying game of survival against a monster hell-bent on killing more than their night of partying. Once the phone line goes dead, it's too late to escape the fun and games this maniac has in mind. There's Rutger Hauer, playing like a Dr. Loomis type character, trying to figure shit out and find people. This movie starts off with you meet a group of kids, bunch of boys, couple girls having a sleepover, and prank calling people. They think they're cute, they're having fun. This kid, one of them calls a lady, says, "Is this Miss Blackhead?" And they're like, "No, this is Miss Whitehead." "Oh, sorry, wrong pimple." Well, they're fucking around, and then after they all go to sleep, the phone rings, and one of them answers it, and his voice says, "Are you having fun making these phone calls?" And one of them says, "I wasn't doing it, I told him not to do it." "Well, I've got a funny one for you." And he pops out of the closet, tries to kill him, but one of the parents tackles him. And then the killer slaughters his parents in front of all the kids. He almost gets one of the boys that's sitting in the closet, and the mom tackles him, and he strangles her to death in front of all the kids. Then the movie comes on 10 years later. You meet all these college people that are, I guess, pretty much all the kids grown up 10 years later. They're partiers. They go to college, and one of them name is Marcus, which was one of the kids that was making the prank phone calls, and he's still at it 10 years later. He's even named the game 75. They prank call people. You must keep them on the line for 75 seconds and make them believe what you're saying or whatever. If not, you have to pay money or whatever. And they're at this big party at a hidden mansion in a secluded hidden spot that no one knows where they're at, I guess, and they prank call the wrong dude, and they're playing this game 75. They're having a blast, and one of them dials the wrong guy. It's like, you gotta keep him online for 75 seconds, and he's like, "Hello, what are you doing?" And the guy's, "Oh, nothing, just working." And you could hear a woman screaming and crying in the background. And so then they get all nervous and hang up, and he calls back. Kind of reminds me of Rusty Nail from Joyride. "What, you don't like the sound of my work?" And eventually he figures out where they're at, and he shows up and starts killing them. This movie is fun. It's low budget, but it reminds me of a mix between Scream, I Know What You Did Last Summer, Urban Legend. The killer's a big old husky dude in like a snow coat, like in Urban Legend. And yeah, this is called Flavor Flav Night Tales. It's Flavor Flav Night Tales presents Dead Tone. It's a spin-off from this, based on this short series. It only had 5 episodes that Deon Taylor had, which is fun. It's kind of like Tales from the Crypt. And you got the Timekeeper, Flavor Flav. It's a fun little series. And they made a movie, which is this. I would recommend checking it out. It's a fun movie. Reminds me of, like I said, Scream and Urban Legends and I Know What You Did. It's not a blockbuster, but it's a fun watch, and I'd recommend you check it out. Peace.